stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Welcome to the World Center of, well, we're in the heart of NASCAR country here at the Roval. I'm Alan Bergen. Alongside me, my main man, Mr. Shane Lake, here in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Studio. And Shane, you know, here we are in Charlotte, not out racing on the Oval, but on the Roval here for round 10 of the HTL Cup Series. We have a lot to cover in a short amount of time to do it. You know, if you missed last week, you missed a fireworks show at the end of the race. And Shane, you know, a couple of these drivers not going to be starting where they would hope to be starting, especially road racing. And I call her a road racing specialist, but Caitlin Height, you know, as you're getting ready to touch on why she's going to be starting in the pit area. But Shane, how's it going?
Well, you know, after a few weeks off due to personal matters, and I want to thank everybody who reached out to me during that time frame. Unfortunately, having 3 friends pass away, plus the anniversary of my dad's passing all in that time, I needed the time to reset my head. But to be back behind the stick, especially with a league like the HTL Cup Series powered by Team Conti setups, it's great to be back here. It's great to be calling some road course action, because the last time I was with these guys, we were in the home of Hollywood, Willow Springs, and Caitlin Height got the beneficial break of picking up the win after the leader running out of gas on the last lap. But unfortunately, as it was mentioned, Caitlin Height is going to be one of two vehicles that I noticed. I'm looking through the rundown. I don't see the other two here. So it'll be her and Mark Kissenweather starting from pit road after the fireworks display that was last week.
Yeah, last week at Richmond, you know, what a race that was. But nonetheless, it's a new week. Taking a look at the weather right now, it's 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 42% relative humidity under a partly cloudy sky, 3-mile-an-hour wind, and that track temperature is hot. Now, little side note, little housekeeping. You know, when we do these broadcasts, we have a program that lets you see the customized paint schemes. Unfortunately, that program is down. We tried some behind the scenes type things, and well, it's not going to work. So your favorite driver's car might not show the paint scheme that you're used to seeing. It's not just an us thing. It's everybody. So
yeah, trading paints is down, and we tried to redneck rig something, and it didn't work. So unfortunately, no matter whose broadcast you go to around tonight, whether you end up checking out whatever else is going on SRM with Dave and the Goat Locker ARCA series, or whatever other divisions you look for here tonight, trading paints is down, and all you're going to see is these stock paint jobs, at least for the foreseeable future, until they get their stuff fixed, which I'm hearing might be as early as late tonight, early tomorrow morning. But, you know, don't quote me on that. Keep an eye on their Twitter page for more information for sure.
10-4. Well, here we are. We got just about on the north side of 2.5 minutes. Let's go over, Shane, and I know you got tons of notes.
My notes are basically saying half of this field's got an EOL after last week at Richmond, let alone the fact of what happened to end the race. Plus, then Caitlin Height just flat out yeeting the 24 car post race. So I know tempers get high on a short track, but damn.
Well, hey, you know what? I always call the Roval the short track of road course racing. And
yeah, I get it. The question is there going to be any carryover?
There might be. There might be. But
now, the good thing is for both Caitlin and Mark, who are going to be who qualified second and third, there's a stage break lap 10. If they're able to stay on the lead lap going into that stage break, it's not going to be as costly as if there was no stage break. So all they got to do is protect the lead lap position that they're going to be on, and they should be fine for the final, 58 laps, since this is a 68 lap event?
Yeah, and when are the stages?
10 and 30. So we're going 10 laps, then 20, and then the final stage going 38.
Oh, boy.
Fuel mileage. Last time I drove this place, and it's been a little while, so again, I'm going to have to Larry Mack this. Based off of my knowledge, it was roughly, I wanted to say, 40 laps on fuel, give or take. So there is still going to be a little bit of strategy played out here tonight based off of fuel. It's just a matter of how you want to split this race up.
Well, as we get ready, we got about, just under 50 seconds in qualifying. We're actually at the south side of a minute here. Let's take a look at how these guys qualified here. And there it is. Yeah, I hear Rodriguez, put it on the pole. Caitlin Height will start from the pits, essentially. She timed in second on the board, but she'll give up that second position starting spot. Mark Kissenweather will also give up his third position. So everybody's going to move up a row.
And then you also got to deal with the EOLs. That's going to be basically half the damn field.
Yeah, so Bailey Thompson qualified fifth. Lily Sharp timed in sixth. And we're actually going to bring you the rest when we get to the grid here. Whew, it's a lot to unpack for a week.
A week I come back turns into, by the way, you got a page and a half of notes you got to deal with because of what happened at Richmond. Huh?
Hey, I didn't do that.
I know you didn't do it, but good Lord.
Here's your starting lineup here tonight on the pole. Yair Rodriguez, 2 is outside. He'll be flanked by Caitlin Height. Mark Kisselweather will time in third. On the outside of row number 2 will be John Hagan. Bailey Thompson will start on the inside of row number 3, while Lily Sharp will be starting 6th. Starting on the inside of row number 4 will be Jonathan Adams. Joshua Gaiman will start in that 8th position. Kyle Taub will start 9th, while Tucker Sawyer will flank him in 10th. Chad Swatsworth will start 11th, while Joshua Susi will start in that 12th position. Starting 13th will be Jeremy Brialt, and Carmen Sienna will start 14th. Starting 15th will be Austin Mongold, while Matthew Boone will start 16th. Dustin Hall will start in the 17th position, while Eli Sasak will start 18th. 19th to go to the 54 car Tyler Ratliff, while Dave Schmiel Jr., he'll start in that 17th position. Let's see here.
As the rest of the pylon is shuffling on us here.
Go ahead.
No, I said the rest of the pylon is shuffling. I just lost everything in front of me on that one because of everyone dropping back with these EOLs and starting on pit road.
Starting 21st will be Joshua Arnold. Starting to his outside of Zachary Meredith. Starting 22nd. 23rd will go to Patrick Oberstadt, while Ross Baxter will start 24th. 25th will be Stephen Oberstadt, while Alfred Denny will start 26th. Starting 28th will be Hunter Beach, while Dean Clevitt will start 27th. 30th will go to 29th will be Richard Odie, while Blake Henderson will start 30th. 31st will be Gary Donaldson, and David Wright will be the 32nd and final starter here tonight. That's your starting grid from the Roval.
At least as they qualified. Of course, that's all shifted since. But in the notes I was looking at, this is the second time that these guys, this is the third time. It's been 2 years since HTL has been here. And the last person to win was Gaiman in the 33 car. Could he pull off and defend his win, or will we see somebody like Caitlin Height, who's got to be coming from pit road to do it? Last time we were on a road course was Willow Springs, and she lucked into a win. Could luck be on her side again here tonight? All I know is they're halfway down the back stretch. They're hitting that back straightaway chicane. I'm looking for the green, and I'm going to be happy to see it.
Couple onboards here tonight. John Hagan will bring us his onboard camera tonight. A little bit deeper back, Kyle Taub will bring us some onboard shots out of Loxahatchee, Florida. Loxahatchee. Carmen Sienna will bring us some cool onboard shots. Cherokee, North Carolina. Also, Dean Clavitt will bring us some shots from deeper in the field out of Mapleton, Maine. And Shane,
fellow Mainer.
Let's get ready to go racing.
The iRacing.com is about to make that hard left-hand turn. Thing is, you still got a ways to go because you got to navigate this front straightaway chicane. You can't be cutting these corners or else you're going to end up getting a stop-and-go penalty. But as the cars come around the final chicane, already got some contact. Green flag is in the air. They're racing here at the Roval, and it's already getting feisty.
Yeah, already to turn one. Yair Rodriguez gets the early lead here. And just so you can see where your driver's at, we're going to put that track map up there.
Little mini map for everybody to see what's going on. But yeah, Yair Rodriguez just absolutely doored the 97 coming through the chicane there.
So we're going to be watching two areas in the field. One, we're going to be working our way through the front, but two, we're going to be watching Caitlin Height there in the 3 car. She finally gets to come out on the racetrack after starting. She didn't lose a lap, so we'll give her that.
No, I mean, as we got somebody that have a connection issue right there, whoever that white car was. Let me see if we can get that up in the standings here. Who just dropped it clean back? That might have been. I don't know who
Sawyer?
that was. Yeah, it looks like Tucker with just a severe problem.
He'll miss the wall.
No, he bounced off it. He just kissed it. I mean, it'll be fine. Oh, we got somebody already missing some of the bus stop as well. So, again, this track, just be glad.
Whoa!
Whoa! The
Now,
feistiness level has been cranked to 11 already.
Now, Shane, I would imagine here that the only two cautions tonight will, in fact, be the stage breaks.
Yes, because everything else, you're unless it's an absolute blow up or, you stack the entire field up behind you, you're not going to see a caution. And unfortunately, what is that? The 43 car that we're looking at there?
That was a 31.
Okay, that was the 31 car. Unfortunately, David Schmiel Jr. going for the ride.
There's going to be so many cars that end up taking the slide for life. We're going to try to keep up with as much of it as possible. But Shane, what's it going to take to get around this racetrack? Caitlin Heights 2 laps down now.
It's going to take being smooth. You have to be smooth around this place. You got to be smooth on the throttle, smooth on the brakes, and smooth with your steering. And you can't abuse the curbs as much as you think you can because those turtles will still jump up and bite you. So, as I was saying before we had, calamity coming out of the chicane back there, just be glad this is the 2019 version and not the 2024 version because something tells me the 2024 version would be eating everybody alive and then some.
You're not wrong there. As right now, these guys are being so masterful. Yair Rodriguez doing Yair things, and he's already out to almost a 2-second lead. And he set fast time.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, he was fast throughout practice, set that thing up on the pole. And, we haven't heard much out of him outside of a couple other events this season. So it doesn't surprise me to see this 99 car sitting up front.
Well, I can tell you this, he's got 99 problems and Lily isn't one.
That joke was about as bad as Puppy Monkey Baby.
Did you watch Yair Rodriguez come into the chicane? We're going to take a lap around the Roval with Yair so you guys can see exactly how he's getting around here and where he's making time up and losing time up. Now here he is, downshifting all the way to third, coming into the heartbeat turn.
Yeah, it sounds like he even grabbed the gear.
I think he was just clutching it.
Oh, if he was clutching it, that's definitely a different way to do things.
I mean, he's steadily been third gear all the way through the middle section of this race course.
Yeah, as he drops it down to second to get through the rest of the infield here, he cuts that blue line perfectly. And such a shallow entry to go into NASCAR 1 and 2.
Do you think he'd get mad if we called him your Y-Rod?
I don't know. Why don't you jump in on his radio and ask him?
No, I'm good.
That's what I thought. But you see him take so much of that inside curb going into that back straightaway chicane. I'm surprised he's going to keep doing that because that could end up breaking some parts later in the race.
It's amazing. You come off of NASCAR, 4, and you pretty much send it from 100 and something miles an hour all the way down to highway speed.
Yeah, you're doing about 140, 145, and then you got to just get hard on the brakes to get into the chicane.
John Hagan given pursuit. There's the eyeball test, just about 2.5 seconds behind Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah, Hagan, who's been the dominant force on most of the tracks this season, leading the way in the points right now. He's been on top of the power rankings. He's been on top of the top dog ratings. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me to see him up here. He ran well at Willow Springs. He did get spun around late in that race a couple of times, but rebounded for a top 5. Maybe he'll be able to keep the thing pointed straight the entire time and maybe even surprise us.
Well, just as we say that, Shane, we have our winner to the race of the beer stand.
Oh, that don't surprise me any.
Looks like Tucker Sawyer will win that race. Just completing. Well, we'll give it to. Yep. Hunter Peach is out officially, so he's the winner to the race of the beer stand.
Yeah, it looks like there's 3 of them that are currently out of this. Hunter, Tucker, and Tyler Ratliff. It seems like those 3 have decided to load up on the hauler.
Their fun meters have all been pegged.
Oh, along with the spice tea meter tonight.
Yeah, and as we alluded to at the top of the show last week, things got spicy at Richmond. Hopefully not a lot of carryover from that race 2 to this one, as we are on a very technical road course here at the Charlotte Roval. And
yeah, I mean, it's not as technical as, say, Sonoma or Willow Springs, but it has its moments where you really got to be, on your toes for this track. The back straightaway chicane's a big piece, and the front straightaway chicane's a big piece. You really need to get out of those 2 chicanes well in order to either maintain or, get better time in your lap.
absolutely working lap number 6 of 68. We still got a long way to go and a short time to get there. John Hagan says he's fast.
I was about to say eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Don't quit your day job.
Which, by the way, you can see here on YouTube every morning. Snowman in the Morning. Just look us up on YouTube. You'll find me there every morning. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your shameless DX plug for the night.
Exactly.
This is what happens when I come back, man. I got all this material to use.
You've been practicing, haven't you?
No, I haven't. But, they didn't practice John Cena's heel turn either, and look how well that's going.
Wait, that's a heel turn?
I don't know what you'd call that.
It sounds a lot like John Cena's whining.
Well, that's what happens when you get the Rock behind you.
Oh, goodness. Here comes Caitlin Height, who started on pit
back
road.
on the bomb.
Caitlin Height started in the pits, and now she's battled her way up to 10th.
That is an impressive drive for that 3 car.
That's why I've deemed her the road course specialist in this league.
Yeah, and like I said, she was around in the top 5 at Willow Springs. She lucked into the win, and I'll be real about it because Rudy Valentine was driving off. But, had the Rusty Wallace-Watkins Glen problem and ran out of gas on the last lap. And Caitlin just took over from there and was able to hold off. I think it was Tucker that was behind her at the end of that race. I don't remember off the top of my head, but she held off to pick up that win and ran out of gas literally in turn 1 last lap, post race.
I tell you what, Shane, it is so cool watching Caitlin Height get around this road course. And she already won at Daytona. She turned me into a fan there. I may be a little biased when I say I think she has a good shot to win the championship this year.
Well, she's got a great team behind her with Lady Liberty, and she's been consistent if the car has been able to be underneath her. Now, granted, she's had a couple of wrecks not of her doing, and then, of course, there was the you-know-what show at Richmond. But she's been consistent besides that, and that's what's needed to win a championship.
Yeah, I hear Rodriguez come down pit road right now.
Trying to flip the stage.
And he's going to come off pit road. Tires, I'd imagine, would come at a premium here tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, we're one lap away from the stage, really.
Yeah, I got a feeling that once Hagen hits the line, the flag will be thrown for the stage, so.
I got a feeling, too. You best be believing.
Don't stop believing.
John Hagen and that number.
I was about to say, you holding on to that feeling?
Yes.
Good. Hagen through the chicane. Aren't you guys glad I'm back?
I believe Carmen Sienna will trip to caution when she gets around to the start finish line.
Probably. I mean, we did just start lap 10, so it might come at the end of this. So we'll wait and see.
Here's the thing, and I may go off on a tangent. I do apologize, everybody. I like the stage racing, but don't throw the caution.
Well, the thing is, they normally don't. They just do it on the road courses, just, I think, as to bunch everybody back up. I mean, with oval racing, if someone drives off, then somebody drives off. But on road course racing, if somebody drives off, it turns into Jeff Bodine at North Wilkesboro in 1994.
Oh, boy.
Those Hoosier tires this day, I still question.
There's a lot of things I question, but Hoosier tires is one of them. Here comes Caitlin Height through the bus stop. And watch as she comes through the bus stop, how perfectly she gets through there. Now, if you're Mark Kissenweather, you're trying to learn and be a sponge all that you can. And, and learn as much as you can from Caitlin. Now, and there's the caution. John Hagen trips the caution.
Yeah, that would be it for the stage. It looks like it's going to be Hagen, Sharp, Bailey Thompson, Joshua Gaiman, Eli Sosik, Joshua Susi, Caitlin Height, Mark Kissenweather, Kyle Taub, and Jeremy Brialt will be the ones getting the stage points here to end stage 1.
Yep, and these guys are probably, or well, more likely going to come down pit road. But what we're going to do, Shane, we're going to go ahead. They're going to step aside and take their pit stop, which means we're going to step aside and take our pit stop. And you won't miss a thing as we are live here as SRM Racing Media. We're going to go side by side. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Roval here at Charlotte, where we are under our first stage break of the night. After pit stops have commenced, Lily Sharp will find herself up there in the front as we get ready to come back to Green Flag Racing. The iRacing.com pace car lights should be going out this time by, and they will. Shane, we're getting ready to line these guys up one more time. We do want to apologize for your favorite driver's car not showing the correct paint here tonight as an issue. There's a lot of different working parts to put these shows on for you each and every week and to put the best one on if that. But nonetheless, we're getting lined up, getting ready to go back to racing. The next stage break is at lap 30. So a long way to go here is Racing.com pace cars working its way to the infield. It's Shane, the first 10 laps, relatively clean. But here we go, getting ready for another 15.
Yeah, relatively clean. A couple of minor issues here or there with a couple of cars, either locking brakes up and sliding off or, contact made. But, that's just the nature of the beast here on road course racing in general. I mean, things like that are going to happen. It was relatively clean throughout the field. And we saw the fact of Caitlin Height driving her way from starting on pit road up inside the top 10. Now she's going to be restarting in fourth. She's going to have a legitimate shot at winning this if the car stays underneath.
Yeah, once again, I think she's earned the title of road course specialist here as we get ready to come back to green. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to come through that chicane as some of the field's trying to get caught up. And
yeah, they got a couple of chicanes, about a minute and a half. They should be fine.
Well, the field's coming down the back straightaway.
Yeah,
Here,
doing about 40 miles an hour here. I mean, if you're able to speed your way through the infield section without stuffing it in a tire wall a la Chase Elliott, you should be fine.
Chase Elliott doesn't like to talk about his past.
Well, Chase Elliott doesn't like talking about Chase Elliott because that's rule one about Chase Elliott is he doesn't talk about Chase Elliott.
So that would be like the first rule of Fight Club.
You don't talk about Fight Club. And what's rule 2 of Fight Club? Rule 1 exists.
Well, here we are getting ready to come down the green flag as they make their way to the final chicane.
I may be giving Dave a run for his money as comedian around here.
Lily Sharp, Joshua Gaiman on the front row here for this one, and the green flag is out. We're back to racing here on lap number 14. And the 81 car, Joshua Susi gets in it. He saved it somehow.
Yeah,
he
but
didn't
that's
going to yeet the one car of Dustin Hall.
27.
There's going to be a lot of heartburn here in the Tums heartburn corner.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Tums going around this race afterwards.
I think I need some Tums too.
There should be some in the desk beside you. Just take a look.
I think my heartburn gets a little bit more than Tums. I need a little bit more than Tums to cure the heartburn that I get.
Oh, look out! Oh, you got another one going around.
Joshua Gaming going around.
Oh, the defending race winner has gone around early in stage 2.
Let's see what happened to Richard Odie here. And that number 78 car is went into DQ land. There you go. Too much of the secret sauce, and around he goes. Joshua Gaiman here.
Gaiman cuts the perfect line. He gets back on the throttle. He turns in here to get on the NASCAR 1 and just over-rotates. But does a good move with a little go-kart flick and gets back on it.
That'll happen on them big jobs.
Yeah, but now he's going to have to let those rear tires cool off a little bit because they're going to be a little on the upset side.
Yeah, definitely. Yahir Rodriguez back up to second. Ran that first 10 laps so perfectly But now, here we are, as he is caught in the middle of a Lily Sharp and Caitlin Height sandwich.
Yeah, and don't sleep on Lily Sharp on the road courses either. She was good at Willow Springs. Unfortunately, got tied up with a couple of incidents that weren't her doing and didn't have the finish that I think she was looking for. But don't sleep on that 19 car quite yet. It looks like the 99 is going to try to make some quick work of her. That's tight. That's tight.
If you're going to make that pass, you got to do it on NASCAR, in the NASCAR sections of the racetrack.
Yeah, because it ain't going to work here. Oh, out.
That was a good view.
Yep, Lily holds on, but now Yahir is going to end up looking every which way but loose to try to get around that 19, and what that's doing is bringing in the 3 and also the 12. Both of the cars that started on pit road now in the fight for the lead.
And Mark Kissenweather, as you mentioned, is right back there too. As Yahir is going to try to outbrake Lily Sharp into turn 1, and he's going to be successful.
Yeah, but he's clear real quick, and he does, because Lily was trying to punch that nose back on the inside to try to set up 2, 3, and 4, and it just did not work.
Yeah, so that brings us to the point here, Shane, is you're almost, planning your move. I wouldn't say at least a lap and a half, 2 laps ahead of time.
That's if you're smart about it. If you're just reactionary, like 98% of the field, you're planning your move when you get to them, but you know the ideal passing spots. You want to get your moves done either going into the chicanes or going into the infield section of the track. Other than that, you'd have to have some massive huevos to end up making moves inside the infield section.
Going a little Spanish on us, right?
I was about to say, did I choke you up again tonight?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, dude, it's been a while since I've got you twice.
Well, Lily Sharp giving chase to Yahir Rodriguez. Yahir Rodriguez doing Yahir things.
Yeah, Yahir, again, he was the one that set the car up on the pole. Currently has one of the top laps at a 1:22.19. The only lap quicker was Hagen overall, and he just set that at a 21:92. So there's some speed in this field, but Yahir, let's not forget, he pitted towards the end of stage 1. Everyone else came in when stage 1 ended. His tires are a little bit older, so we don't know how much advantage he's going to have now compared to everybody else.
Yeah, he looks like the hero right now as he flipped the stage. But, John Hagen bests his lap once again with a 21.9, with a 1:21.92. John Hagen's hauling the mail right now.
Yeah, he has been the story of HTL so far this season. He went on that massive win streak to start the year and then has just ridden the consistency train. The last few weeks haven't gone his way, in the W column. He's picked up finishes that have been crucial to keeping him up in the points. And right now, that's where he needs to be.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right on the head here. So we're working lap number 18 of 68. 17 laps in the history books. And John Hagen up there inside that top 10. Now, Caitlin Height has, she started in the pits. And Richard Odie just had an incident. Let's see what happened to Richard. Poor Richard.
Richard is not having a fun day here today.
And that's the thing, is the roll can be very intimidating. He's doing good to stay out of his own way. Well, he's going to miss that turn.
Yeah, looks like he just got on the brakes too hard and locked it up going in and said, you know what? I'm done here.
Which is why they're in the broadcast booth, and which is why I'm in the broadcast booth, and they're on the racetrack.
Yeah, but
No
to
buts.
kind of to break a little bit of news on my end, I will be returning to the track within the next few weeks. So stay tuned.
Oh, good. Maybe you'll come to the track with Talladega's on there.
Shut up.
Round 2, ding.
Right. Next thing you know, you're gonna see the back of my truck with this big old hydrogen all over it.
Dave Schmiel Jr. having an incident. Let's check and see what happened to Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
No, Dave is very here. And here he goes. Overdriving.
And gets on
Too
the
much
throttle too
juice.
quick. And he kisses the outside wall.
What's the chef's kiss, right? Mwah.
I wouldn't call that a chef's kiss.
Well, here comes
That's-
Yahir Rodriguez back at the ranch.
Meanwhile, back on farm, Yahir's just pulling away right now. He's got himself staked to about a 2 1/4 second lead over Lily Sharp, with about another 3/10 back to Caitlin and about another half a second back to Eli, sitting in 4th. I think right now, with 10 to go in the stage, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just kind of cruising right now as Caitlin's looking to get by Lily. Don't know if she's going to want to do it here. She sets it up inside. Oh, that's close. Caitlin got out of it smartly. I don't know if you want to try to jeopardize things in this stage now, because she's got the extra points that were needed in the stage, in stage 1. She's got a solid car. Now it's just getting through this stage, put it on another set of tires, and then try to maybe split the final stage up, because I think that's going to be crucial, is splitting the final stage, because if you try to run 38 laps on a set of tires here, you're going to get smoked, because people are going to undercut you. It's just a matter of how you want to split that final stage up.
Absolutely. As Yahir Rodriguez doing Yahir things, we're focused on this battle with Lily Sharp and Caitlin Height. Now, Caitlin's got another lap. She's going to start setting Lily up here. I don't think she's going to make that pass, but she's going to try to outbreak her in turn number 1.
Trying to set it up in the heartburn turn. Oh, she sends
Lily
Lily
gets
wide.
loose.
Oh, Caitlin sent her wide. That's why. There's no grip on the outside of that corner, and Caitlin just sent it in there. Lily did a whale of a job holding onto that car, but Caitlin just flat out ran her up the hill.
That heartburn turn has taken a lot of victims.
Way too many of them. Let's not forget the start of when we started running the Roval here, and that big kerfluffle that made it look like Brad Keselowski had a wheel problem. And then turned into the meme that we all know as what happens when the Xbox controller disconnects.
Yikes.
I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
Did you hear the breaking news?
What's that?
For the first time ever, Kyle Busch and Bruxton will race head-to-head, track champ versus rookie. Father versus son battle of the Bushes by Serve Pro. This Wednesday night, March 26th at Millbridge. Watch it only on Dirt Vision.
What are they driving?
Mini sprints.
That could get intriguing. I mean, that's Brexton's alley.
Kyle Busch's alley, too.
Yeah, Brexton's more accommodated to being on dirt. Kyle hasn't been on it in a while.
Kyle Busch ran the Chili Bowl.
Didn't he end up upside down?
No, I think he made the A-main. And then he ended upside down.
That's my point. I I can't say much. Last time I tried to run the Chili Bowl, I ended up in the grandstands eating a hot dog.
Well, right now, Yair Rodriguez, and
I
almost
just had a DOT plow truck jump me, dude. It's snowing up here in Maine right now, and I literally just had a DOT dump truck just jump me.
wait, you guys got snow there?
Yes, it's still snowing up here.
Still? Well, speaking of the weather here, here's what the weather looks like in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're just outside of Concord.
I see what you did there.
Hey, you liked that, didn't you? It is
Nice move, Al Roker.
Look, it's a balmy 78 or 87 degrees out. That relative humidity not changed a whole lot as we get rid of that. We're still partly cloudy, and that track temp is still scorching. Now it's got to be a cool 65 degrees in a lot of these drivers' cockpits right now, or basements, or bedrooms, or wherever they had the air conditioning turned on.
Oh, right now for me, dude, I've got a fan blowing right next to me and my wheel, so it's nice and chill up here. But, you know, I don't want it too chill because the last thing I need is penguins floating around beside me.
Some would say that would be fairly accurate.
This is Maine, not Antarctica. We don't serve Whoppers here, sir. Please calm down.
Oh, boy.
It's bad enough I deal with gremlins and dogs all the damn time.
But you're not supposed to feed the gremlins.
Especially after midnight. They turn really, really pissy about things.
Yeah, that's true.
Have we not learned anything from the 80s?
They had great cartoons.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Ooh, Lily Sharp gets all out of sorts here, and Eli is going to go right by her, headed into the heartburn turn.
Yeah,
and it looks like
Lily's car is not happy right now. I think the rear tires are gone.
Yeah, Lily did all she could to save it. Let's see what happened there. Here's the beauty: is we gotta have a replay. Here we go. And
gets into the corner, and she had some help.
She had some, just like Morgan Wallen. She had some help.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit adventurous, to say the least, on the part of the 9 of Eli Sosek there. That was a little adventurous on his part.
6 laps at the end of the stage. Mark Kissenweather running inside that top 5, trying to get around Lily Sharp. Going to try to get around her here in NASCAR 3.
Yeah, trying to get the high side because the first part of the chicane goes to the right and then cuts back left. I don't think he's going to get it done, which means Lily's going to hold on for another lap if the rear end stays underneath her.
Oh, boy.
And I'm watching these guys and girls jumping these curbs, and I'm just waiting for the one time where it hits hard enough to shoot them dead straight, because it's coming.
It's all about your angle.
Well, that's why I sucked at algebra.
I mean, I didn't do any better in geometry.
You know, when they said geometry, I tried to come up with a joke dealing with leaves and all that crap, and they told me to get out.
They said geometry, and I said, I'm out of here.
That's why I did so much better in psych. I'm just saying.
Yair Rodriguez.
I was about to say, the only reason we're focusing on this battle is because Yair Rodriguez is about 6 miles down the road.
He's already on his way to the next race. Richard Odie taking an extended stay on pit road. Kind of like the Holiday Inn.
Wait a minute. Snoop Dogg's back in this party again? What's going on here?
No, Snoop Dogg What about Snoop Dogg? Oh my!
Oh yeah. Well, you mentioned the Holiday Inn. Meanwhile, as one of these days we're going to get copyright struck from all the music references.
Nah.
We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
Here comes. This is an interesting little battle here with Joshua Gaiman and Kyle Taub. Kyle Taub is getting ready to strap on the, well, as he blinked out, he was getting ready to strap on the proverbial hairnet and serve lunch to Joshua Gaiman.
Yeah, again, Gaiman is the defending champion of this race. After that spin he had, this battle back to be inside the top 10 that's what you call minimizing the damage right now. And good thing is he's able to do that because points-wise, he needs to have another solid day in order to make the playoffs because those are coming up here shortly.
Yeah, and, every point does matter in this series as Mark Kissenweather is bringing it down pit road.
Kissenweather looks like he's flipping the stage. And there's also, for those that are keeping an eye on things, as we all know, we're in the middle of March Madness. Well, everyone here at HTL has their own little mid-season madness that they're doing, and we do have 4 matchups to keep an eye on. It's Shad Swatsworth versus Tucker Saylor, Ross Baxter versus Josh Arnold. Then you got, as I'm looking through my notes here, it's Matthew Boone and Kaylee Height. And then you got the boss man, Blake Henderson, versus Mark Kistenweather.
Nice.
Whoever finishes higher moves on to the Final 4.
Here at working lot number 27, 26 left in the history books. The second stage, we've had our incidents here, but nothing too egregious. I think these guys have figured out that they have to race the racetrack.
Yeah, looks like Kaylee Height's getting ready to come down pit road, flip the stage as well. Maybe this is going to be one of those where they, as we see, I think that's Eli Sosik coming in as well. No, that's Lily Sharp. Lily Sharp. I think this is one of those where they know how much fuel they can have to run the end of the race. And they're going to try to flip the stage to the point where they'll be able to stay out ahead and then just play defense the rest of the way.
Guess who just hit fastest lap of the race?
That wouldn't happen to be the 99 car now, would it?
Well, he's got 99 problems, and Eli isn't one of those either.
For God's sake, Jay-Z.
27 laps in the history books.
Yeah, with Eli Sosik about 12 seconds back. Yair Rodriguez out here throwing down a 21.72 compared to Eli's 22.75. That's hauling some tail.
And Rodriguez is going to come in on pit road.
Flipping the stage as well because tires do mean everything here.
Dave Schmiel Jr. showing crash. Let's see what happened to David Schmiel.
Well, once again, looks like getting ready to come into the chicane. Downshift, and the rear just hops away from him as he slides it to a stop.
I give him a 5 on the slide.
Yeah, it wasn't as smooth as Trey Turner, so yeah, I'd say 5 is pretty good. Dave will be happy with the Philadelphia Philly reference.
Speaking of Dave Regal, you can catch Dave Regal and Jordan 2 nights a week there in Goat Locker Racing, Sunday and Monday, around the 8 p.m. Eastern time. But Dave Regal just got back from spring training tonight. He hopped on a plane, got back to South Philadelphia, and now he's back on the stick.
Yeah, that's pure dedication right there.
No, well, yeah. As we are working lap 29, we got.
Well, I say pure dedication. I say pure dedication. It could also be pure insanity.
I mean, it's no different than me calling 2 Daytona 500s and doing 1,000 miles.
There's a Vanessa Carlton joke in there somewhere, but I'm not reaching for it right now.
You got to save that one for the end, buddy.
Yeah. Just don't start playing a piano on us, please.
Here comes Yahir Rodriguez going to work on the number 18 car.
Yeah, Yahir going back up to third place. I mean, those tires are proven to be effective already. He didn't lose that much ground on his pit stop as he got around Shad Swatsworth with relative ease. He's got Eli Sosik and Jeremy Brialda ahead of him, but I think those two are going to be staying out here to claim the points for the stage and then come in next time by when the caution hits.
Yeah, Sasek all by himself out here, almost a 5-second lead. And here in about, 3/4, it's going to all get erased.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those, hey, I've got a 5-second lead, and the caution flag comes down. No, you don't! And that's stage 30. That's stage 2 in the books. And that's all she wrote.
Eli Sasek, your winner here in stage 2. Jeremy Buralt, Yahir Rodriguez, Chad Swatsworth, Kyle Taub, Matthew Boone, Bailey Thompson, Lily Sharp, Mark Kissenweather, and Caitlin Knight, your top 10. And Shane, we are going to go ahead and once again, these guys are going to roll around under caution. We're going to step aside, go side by side, and you won't miss a thing else. So everybody's going to be right back. Welcome back as we're getting lined up 2x2 Noah's Ark style behind that iRacing.com pace car. So you get set for stage number 3. I'm Alan Bergen alongside my brother from another mother, Shane Lake. And Shane, through 2 stages, we've had 2 different stage winners. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty as we are going to go 38 laps commercial free for the rest of the night as we bring you this last stage.
Yeah, they're going to get the green flag here with about 35 to go. My big question, and, this is something that's been on my mind for a little bit. A lot of these drivers and a lot of these cars nowadays, with the sequential shifting, it requires you to paddle shift here on iRacing. Are you an index shifter, or are you more of a middle finger or ring finger shifter?
I use my middle finger and ring finger and my index finger. I use 3 different fingers as it's easier for me to do.
So you basically use all 3?
Yes.
Isn't that kind of weird to get your hand that far off the wheel and basically holding it with your thumb and pinky as you're shifting?
Not really.
I mean, granted, I've got a hand the size of Shaquille O'Neal's here, so I'm just using like my middle finger to shift with. But, that's just been my comfort level. I can't imagine using 3 fingers to shift with.
Well, I can tell you what, you can probably imagine Yahir Rodriguez and Caitlin Height coming onto NASCAR 3 and 4, getting ready to come down.
They're on 1 and 2.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna stop guessing.
I was about to say, dude, this ain't Bristol. How do we get so confused? I mean, I know it's been a long day.
We're doing St. Louis geography now.
It ain't that much better than Maine geography. Come on.
You guys got a mountain. Maybe I need a track map up there for, not only the fans' viewing pleasure, for my own, as they come into that backstretch bus stop there.
It might be helpful for you, yeah.
Hey, look, I needed flashcards when I was a kid.
I mean, I need notes now to figure out what I'm talking about here. What does that say?
That you really want to do really good at your job?
I was about to say, the answer to that we may want to make sure we get right as we're getting ready to see the iRacing.com pace car make the hard left-hand turn down pit road. The only thing standing between Yahir Rodriguez, Caitlin Height, and the rest of the field is this one more chicane before the final green flag of the evening. And the green flag is going to be waving, and here we go again. Stage 3 is underway.
Second verse, same as the first. There goes Yahir Rodriguez, and here they go down to heartburn turn. The only driver without heartburn in that turn is Rodriguez. Caitlin Height giving, we got a whole lot of red going on. Let's see here what happened.
Oh, boy. We got a whole lot of drop going on this one. I think somebody just ended up eating some fence.
Well, here's Dustin Hall.
And
around he goes.
He gets on it, tries to save it, and then it's a whole stack up behind him with about 9 cars playing bumper cars at the fairgrounds.
Here's Patrick Overstat.
And then there's that green car behind him as we had somebody get spun off the first chicane.
Okay, that's
Overstat gets drilled.
That's the first melee.
Yeah, then you had the second one that happened behind everybody coming out of the first chicane. Whoever that car is right down there, that white car, ended up getting drop kicked. And then it just turns into this.
Here's Matthew Boone. He's going to give it too much sauce, and
whee! Around he goes and keeps it off the wall.
At least we know where he stopped.
Yeah. gives it the quick little Scandinavian flick, and gets back going.
There it is. This has been the story all night long as we got more calamity.
It's a road course. What do we expect?
And this is going to come Ross Baxter.
Yeah, Ross here is going to end up having a problem, gets on the throttle. That black car in front of him spun out, and then it just stacked up.
And I think this is the same crash here.
Yeah, it is. And someone else getting a little bit too much juice, and at least was able to save it. But once again, welcome to, Roval racing at its finest. I mean,
Back out.
It could. I was gonna say it could always be worse. It could have been the monsoon.
Back out to the live shot. There it is. There's the story tonight. Yair Rodriguez with a half-second lead over Caitlin Height. Caitlin Height not letting him get by or get away too quickly.
Now,
Rodriguez.
The biggest thing is this is the longest stage of the night. And these were two of the first people to come down pit road. Everyone else came in well after them within like a lap or two. Are they going to have enough fuel?
They may not. They may have enough fuel, but they won't have enough tires.
Well, then that's the question: is when do you come down pit road?
10 to go.
You're going to call it right now. 10 to go. People are going to start making pit stops.
I may be doing some bad math here, but I think it's gonna be 10 to go.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is why we don't do brackets, is because typically our stuff gets blown up by the second round. So who knows?
Yair Rodriguez set the fastest lap of the race with a 1:21.49.
And Caitlin followed him up at a 1:21.5. And she's still not letting him get away. They just cleared out a 21:51 for the 99, and the 3 clocked in at a 21:66, while everyone else behind them is a good second or more off. These two are going to drive away to the point where they're going to be able to save if they need to, but who ends up saving more?
And that is the $100,000 question. That is the question we're going to answer in 30 laps.
Yeah, about 30 laps. As Yair is just clean run away. So, Caitlin's going to keep him honest through the back section here. I've been watching these two trade lines. Caitlin keeps him honest through that back bus stop and through about half of the infield, while Yair just clean runs away through NASCAR 1 and 2 and then through 3 and 4 into this section. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's going to be one of those things.
I'm waiting for that 99 car to have the proverbial implosion.
I don't know if the 99's going to. It's been stout all race long. It's been, hard to beat. I don't know. I just honestly think the 99 is going to be one of those that's just going to be, there for it. As it looks like we are down to roughly 20 cars on the track right now, 19 or 20, depending on how I'm looking at things here. Some of the names that have dropped off: Lily Sharp dropped out a handful of laps ago, Kyle Taub, David Schmiel, points leader John Hagan dropped, Richard Ode, Jonathan Adams, Carmen Sienna, Dean Clavitt, and of course the early dropouts, Hunter Peach, Tucker Saylor, and Tyler Ratliff have all dropped early this race. And it seems like there might be a couple of more coming here shortly.
Yeah, absolutely. As you know, Tyler Ratliff wins the race of the beer stand here tonight. It's not a race you really want to win, though.
No, it's not, but, you know...
Someone's got to win it.
Yeah, someone's got to win it, and if it's not either one of us after a broadcast, it's better to be one of the drivers. It means we're still up here working.
That's okay. That's okay.
Save it for later. Save it for later.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Working lap number 39.
As it looks like Yahir's stretched the lead out to nearly 2 seconds. He's picked up about 2 to 3 tenths a lap on Caitlin. But again, it's the situation where he's better, he's exponentially better compared to where Caitlin is better than him. It's not by much.
No, it's absolutely not. And, you know, it's almost like Caitlin is just matching him step for step.
Yeah, I mean, give or take a couple of tenths, and again, just keeping an eye on things. Yahir just went absolutely stupid on the lap. Best lap of the race so far, a 21:47 compared to Caitlin's 21:95. Half a second difference. That says everything on a road course race. That's incredible.
Yeah, right now, and Yahir Rodriguez goes fast time once again with a 1:21.47. So he's almost a sub-minute 20 lap.
Yeah, he's got a little ways to go to crack the sub 20, but that just tells you, even on these older tires, that car has got nasty amounts of speed in it. And that says something for the driver, because with this being the stock setup for the Roval, because this is a fixed setup league, that just tells you the driver's got something underneath their foot that's got them dialed into this track.
Talent.
And again, there's some of your difference. It's up to 2.25 seconds. He picked up 2 tenths again on Caitlin that lap. So he's slowly driving away, but there's going to come a point here as we're getting ready to hit 25 to go. When do they start saving? Or does it matter and they're just going to push to try to split this race in half?
I would almost want to say they're going to try to split it in half.
Yeah, but you know what happens to us commentators up here? We think we know what's going on, and then all of a sudden we get smacked in the face by reality when they do something completely different.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
How many times does that happen to you and I alone, let alone everybody else that's working here?
A lot.
Ugh. I'm beginning to feel like I've got an imprint completely permanently tattooed on my face of a frying pan. Meanwhile, the defending race winner, Joshua Gaiman, sitting in third, about 9 seconds off of the top two. He's got Joshua Susi in 81, about a second behind him, and about 2 tenths back to him is Mark Kissenweather, the other car that started on pit road, currently sitting P5. That is a whale of a drive for him as well.
Yeah, looking for some other exciting battles on the racetrack here, as things get really spread out here at the Roval.
Yeah, they tend to. I mean, that's, again, normal for a road course. The only way this will tighten up is if everybody basically pits together, but then again, look at the differences.
I mean, Rodriguez is the class of field right now. as he is, almost 3 seconds ahead of Caitlin Knight.
Rodriguez is pulling some Jan Magnussen out here, man.
He says, "See you later."
Yeah, that's a case of stepping out of SmackDown Hotel, and I'm just going to leave all the pillows with you.
Absolutely. As Blake Henderson went off of the racetrack here. See what happened to Blake.
Boss man, what are you doing?
Well, we're about to find out. And here he goes, right on around.
Yeah, looks like he just gets it into the corner a little too hard and just gets behind. At least kept it. Oh, I was going to start praising him until that happened. That's going to do some damage.
He's going to need to get chiropractor.
I don't know who that was that hit him, but they caught him with the right front, and that's going to upset a lot of parts on that car.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, back here at the live shot, Joshua Susi currently running in your top 5 in that 81 car.
Yeah, currently sitting 7 positions better than where he qualified. Been a steady race for him. I mean, he's been inside the top 10 for the majority of it. So it doesn't really surprise me that it's sitting there. But I'm still keeping an eye on those top 2, and Yair's just mowing laps down. Again, picked up 0.6 of a second on Caitlin last lap through. So unbelievable what this 99 is laying down tonight.
I don't think he's saving. I think he's going after it.
Well, I mean, there's going after it, but does he figure on being able to go to the finish like this, or does he figure on a pit stop?
I mean, we got 25 to go now. So.
Yeah, and I mean, we know the tires are going to fall off insanely well here. I mean, it's coming to where pushing this hard, a 21.86 compared to a 21.99 last time by.
I think this is where Rodriguez actually shines.
Older tires, yeah.
Yeah, because he could really hustle the car around.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the big thing about a technical circuit like this, is those people who can hustle the car around but keep it underneath them are going to be the ones to watch the entire way. And right now, this is what Rodriguez is doing in the 99 car.
We're looking for some more battles on the racetrack here. Here we are looking at Joshua Susi and Eli Sasak and that number 9. And this here, Shane, is a battle for that 5th position right now.
Yeah, Susi's trying to hold on to it while Sasik's trying to get it. Again, it's coming down to how you end up managing your line around here. Because if you run the same line as everybody else, you know, you're going to be able to hold people off. As it looks like, I think Sasek had a problem.
He did.
Oh, he had a huge problem.
Let's see what happened.
Catches the turtles on the first part. Smooth through the... Oh! Who was that Who was that got clobbered by both of those guys? That was bad.
That was very bad.
I can't tell who that was that got clocked, but ouch.
Well, whoever it was is going to need a good chiropractor.
I'm trying to figure it out. That might have been the 6. No. Yeah, it might have been the 60. But that looked like it was painful.
24 laps to go. Here from Charlotte.
Yes. I was going to say, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a hard time identifying these cars. Trading paints is down for pretty much everybody on the service, which means basically all programming is looking like this until further notice. So if we have a hard time identifying cars, that's why.
23 laps to go. Matthew Boone currently resides in that 12th spot.
Yeah, Matthews just had one of those, semi-consistent days. Seems to be just kind of hanging around. So, kind of ho-hum for him.
Little brake blockage there.
And it's easy to do
Oh,
here.
wow.
Both those cars go well wide of the bus stop.
Boys, that's not the track.
I know there's a whole lot of case of monkey see, monkey do, but monkey don't need to do that.
That's almost like, hey, if your friend jumps off a bridge, would you do it too?
Depends. How deep's the water? Meanwhile,
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, back at the ranch,
this has turned into a shellacking, to say the least.
absolutely.
Right now, Caitlin has to just basically be. I mean,
Caitlin?
Caitlin's off in her own little pocket right now, the 3 car. She's 5 seconds back of Yair Rodriguez, but she's got about 7 or 8 seconds to Kissing Weather in the 12. So this is a nice little pocket to be in, be able to conserve a little bit, just in case, Rodriguez does try to end up splitting it. If she's able to save enough, she would be forcing Rodriguez to drive up through the field. It's just a question of how far, Rodriguez would end up dropping if he does make a pit stop.
Yeah, and that's the $100,000 question. So right now we're watching Caitlin Height here. We got some takers here on pit road.
Yeah, we see Swatsworth on pit road. We got the 17 of Zachary Meredith on pit road. Eli Sosik, Alfred Denny, both on pit road. But I think Eli had to call it a day after that impact.
I believe you're right.
Which leaves 17 cars currently circulating.
$21 to go, Blake Henderson.
Yeah, the boss man here currently sitting, looks like P9 on the grid, up 21 from where he started. And boy says he can't drive road courses. Well, you can't make up 30 positions without knowing how to drive.
Enough guys maybe dropped out?
Who done dropped out?
Everybody except for him, maybe?
You still got to be able to keep it on the track, dude. I mean, let's be real about it.
We're approaching that 20 to go mark, and want to thank Team Conti Sim Performance for everything they do here. Blake Henderson Graphics for their wonderful paint schemes that they put on. Once again, what?
I was going to say, which, again, unfortunately can't be seen tonight, unfortunately due to technical problems, thanks to Trading Paints.
Thank you, Trading Paints.
Yeah, just keep an eye on their Twitter. They'll tell you when they got their stuff fixed.
Yeah, well, they're getting my payment late this year now.
I don't got to worry about paying that till the start of June.
The story of the night.
Besides us complaining about trading paints along with everybody else, is the 99 just tattooed the wall. Has been that 99 car of Yair Rodriguez, but pushing it that hard, you don't want to keep doing.
Maybe he just wants to get to the Roval that badly.
Maybe just trying to Maybe he's just trying to widen the corner out a little bit more than what he thought. Unfortunately, there's a couple of J rails there saying "nah." And there he is coming down pit road. So he comes in with 20 to go as it looks like a few of the lap cars decide to stay out a little bit. Now the question is, do we see the 3 car come in behind him?
It's funny you should ask that.
Well, I believe the answer to that question was no, because she dropped a 4th. It's Kissenweather in behind Yadier, and it looks like both Joshua, Susie, and Caitlin both decided to stay out. So those are going to be the 2 rotating up to the lead. Now, my question is, what happened to Caitlin to drop her down to 4th? Oh, look out. 99's in the wall hard. 99 just ate the inside wall coming off of pit road. And I mean, he flat out ate it.
Well, here we go. We're going to look here and see what happened. And
the cold tire, hot throttle bug bit hard. That car is done. I'm sorry, but that's way too much damage. The dominant car of the night with 20 to go makes the crucial mistake that ends up tossing away a surefire victory.
And that there, Shane Lake, is the Allen Experience bonehead move of the race.
You're actually sponsoring a bonehead move of the race? I mean, it fits, but geez, dude. I wouldn't go around broadcasting it.
Here it is once again.
Cold tires trying to catch up and just throttles up hard and catches both parts of the tire wall before coming to a stop on the other side of the track. That just literally broke everything in the left front. You hear it, and it's just right there on that, right on that shift. The RPMs just skyrocketed.
Tough
and
break.
The man who sat on the pole, who dominated this race, is now done. Unbelievable.
Guess who took the lead, though?
That would happen to be the 3 car now, wouldn't it?
With 18 to go. Man.
Once again, being in the right place at the right time. Now the question is, does she come down pit road or does she try to ride this out to the end?
I feel like you got time to go down pit road and still be out front.
Well, I mean, right now she has a 12-second gap on second place, being Dustin Hall in the 1 car. Her teammate came in and is about now overtook Dustin because Dustin had a problem and slipped back a few positions. Came down pit road. So now you're looking at Joshua Gaiman being roughly 13 seconds back. You're giving up a whole lot of time to come down pit road. It's like 35, 40 seconds, give or take. And then you got to go around the corner and warm yourself back up again. So really, you're looking at more towards about 45 to 50 seconds. Is it worth the effort to come down? Because if she did that now, she'd probably cycle out to right around 5th or 6th. Does she have enough to where she can save? Because you can save about a second or 2 worth of fuel a lap. And she's got a 12, nearly 13-second lead.
Yeah, here she
comes.
Is
it worth it?
I was gonna say, here she comes through that backstart spot stop. Getting around this track, it's about as good as anybody on the race course right now. But man, I really do hate it for Yahir.
Yeah, Yahir had the car to beat, and just one simple mistake ends up costing him. take a look at the lap times as Caitlin comes by. A 122.5 dead compared to Gaiman in the 33, dropping in a 122.19. So she's given up about 0.4 of a second. That can cycle to where she'll still have the lead when this is over.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if she feels like the only way she's going to do anything in the points hunt is try to win the race, why not take the risk now? I mean, the biggest threat in the championship with John Hagan is out. Everyone is going to make up ground on him going into next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not try to take a stab at it right now to try to put your third win on the table, assure yourself a spot in the playoffs, and close up on the points leader all in one fell swoop? Why not try to make that move?
That's a great call.
I mean, if I was a 3 car, that's what I'd be doing. Wait a minute, I've driven the 3 car too many times. That would be what I'd do.
That would be what you do. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then I'd end up getting junked by some 00 Toyota.
Oh. You really had to go there, didn't you?
I'm always going to go there.
Just like Toyota, you're going places.
Yeah, well, apparently those places involve the right rear of my Chevrolet.
Yeah, but did you die?
No, we just end up knocking the tailgate off of it. The crew was lucky to patch another one on.
Oh,
meanwhile, as we take a look here at this battle brewing here with Kiss and Weather, and it looks like Damon now officially 13.5 seconds back. Just remember something, again, ladies and gentlemen. The 3 and the 12 started on pit road because of what happened at Richmond last week. Look where they are now. How crazy is that?
Running 1-2. And it's quite possible we can see some fireworks here by the end of this one.
Yeah, as we're getting ready to hit 14 laps to go, she could possibly give up a second a lap and still end up winning this race. Because right now, all she's got to do is be fluid through these corners. She's already halfway into turn 2 while these guys just now hit the line. A 122.84 compared to Gaiman's 122.60. So only lost a quarter of a second. Again, you figure a full second every 4 laps. She's got room to spare.
I mean, at least let
So
them close
now-
in on you.
Yeah, now she's just got to manage this race because with the 99 wrecking, her strategy flat out changed. Now she knows she's got enough of a gap to where she can manage this.
– 14 laps to go, and getting around here at a minute 20.
I would looking about 10 minutes. And a lot can happen on a Roval in 20 minutes, believe me. We've all seen it. And this battle heats up here between Joshua Gaiman and Mark Kissenweather inside the podium positions. It seems like the gap has steadied a little bit between Caitlin and Josh. It's right around 13.3 seconds as the laps once again come in. Caitlin at a 22.43. Gaiman at a 33 at a 22.56. So, again, lost only about 15 hundredths. She can get away with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is turning into a Willow Spring performance for us. We got someone else backwards. That neon green car ended up getting backwards.
Well, here's Blake Henderson. He's showing crash here on the live timing, and he's going to lock him up, and
Kisses the wall.
then Ron Baxter.
Yeah, Ross Baxter decided to have a little problem coming up over the crest.
There's the green card that you saw.
Yeah, I think, the car just bites on turn in right here. It's that second shift, and he ends up nosing it into the fence. Smart enough to back up out of the way of the lead pack and get it going again. Oh, the 33 looks like he had a problem. I think he actually missed the chicane. We got someone else smoking in front of him.
Might be Austin Mongold.
Yeah, looks like Mongold may have had a lockup, but I'm wondering what happened with the 33. Let's see what happened with Austin here coming in through turns 1. And once again, lockup. Catches the Tom's heartburn turn wall and bounces off and keeps going.
It's okay.
We've had more cars visit that wall than the South Park retirement home.
That was good. That was clever.
What'd you say, son?
You got me on that one. That was good.
Hey, the rare double dip. I'll take it.
12 laps. 12 long laps to go. Make that 11 to go now.
Yeah, Caitlin once again being consistent at a 22-25. We wait for Josh to cross the line. It's a 22.56. So, again, he gave up a quarter of a second. Caitlin right now seemingly has this in the bag. Now, if she's listening to the broadcast, she's probably saying, you two need to shut the hell up there. But, again, it's one of those... We've got to talk about what we got to talk about, and it's what we're looking at right now is what is the strategy these final 10 laps. And honestly, she's made the bed to stay out and run this tank basically dry.
I think
is
she's
there
gonna,
enough in it?
As I said, I think she's going to go on the Maxwell House strategy.
Man, those Maxwell House cars in the early 90s looked so good. You know, that old double deuce with Starling behind the wheel.
Oh, boy. Bill Davis
when
Racing.
It was Junior. Well, yeah, that was Bobby Labonte when it was Bill Davis, but back when Junior Johnson had the sponsorship and Marlin drove that car, that metallic blue was just gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Just flat out gorgeous.
Well, there's the start of the show. And, you know, we took the green flag and she had to start from the pits. I was silently in my mind thinking she needed to be a show all night long because we were just inside of 10 laps to go.
The biggest thing that she was able to do was stay inside the lead lap in the first stage and then just completely drove through everybody to get where she is now, which is currently leading with about 9.5 to go. Now, granted, it took the unfortunate luck of the 99 to put her in this position, but she was able to get in this position by keeping the car clean and driving up through the field methodically, including, you know, kind of cycling off sequence a little bit from everybody. But it's also to the point where she's going to be able to get this fuel tank to run dry and get it to the finish, as we're getting ready to see her come across the line for 9 laps to go.
9 laps to go. Coming into that final chicane one more time. And those wheels are just low and red.
Oh, yeah, you're using a lot of brake pedal up. But that's the thing with these cars is the brakes on these next-gen cars are insanely massive. And you can almost literally stop on a dime if you do things right with this car. So you're going to see these brake temperatures on road courses and on the short tracks. You're going to see these brakes glowing, about as hot as we've ever seen them, even way back in the 90s when you saw so much ductwork in the front end of the Thunderbirds and the front end of Monte Carlos, as I once again show age. But
Don't do that.
it's too late. The point being is, even with all that ductwork, how many times did ESPN go on with, like, Mark Martin back when he was driving for Roush, and those brakes were absolutely cherry red.
A lot.
Even on the road courses when he dominated Watkins Glen, those brakes were shot by the time that race was over. Nowadays, we got these big old brakes. It'd be like driving an F1 car compared to what the 90s had. With 8 laps to go, Caitlin once again drops a 22:47 compared to now Mark Kissenweather sitting in second at a 22:21. Again, with it now being under, 10 laps to go, 13, 14-second gap roughly. This one's pretty much in the bag as long as he keeps it on the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking a little bit further in ahead now, these guys are all but single filed out now. So,
yeah,
not a lot going on.
Well, again, that's the nature of the beast with a road course race. Once everything single files out, you end up going through the folder of, well, what do we talk about next? I mean, if Benny Parsons was here, we'd be yapping about food for 20 minutes. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
I mean, half the time I feel like I am Benny Parsons, for crying out loud.
Oh, I'm shaped like Benny Parsons.
You're not the only one.
Minus a male pattern baldness.
Well, I just recently shaved the beard and the hair, so
you did. You did.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Oh no! What bet did you lose?
I didn't lose one. The dog was getting rid of the winter coat to have the summer coat come in. So, shave hair, shave beard. It had to be done.
And now you're bald.
And a lot cooler.
It's still snowing.
What's your point? This is the first time it snowed in like 3 weeks. Before that, we were sitting in 60-degree weather. Besides, dude, long hair and a long beard when you're trying to sleep does not equal comfort.
That, my friend, is a first world problem.
Yeah, first world problem that ended up with a third world solution. Shave it all off. Meanwhile, back on the farm for the 9th time tonight.
We keep going back to the ranch a lot.
Yeah, we do. We're going to have to end up renting a room at some point.
Caitlin Height doing Caitlin Height type things with a 15-second lead over Mark Kitzenweather. You know, Shane, yeah. I don't say it very often. This what here is what I feel like will be a statement win.
Oh, easily. I mean, she ended up picking up the win at Daytona. Again, she's had solid finishes throughout the year outside of a couple of races where either the car ended up junked or just some bad luck or somebody decided to have some fun at Richmond. But besides that, when the car has been intact, Caitlin has been inside the top 10. Now, with a second win, of course, being on a road course, and this one coming up being number 3, you know, this is going to start putting her in the conversation for the championship. I mean, again, John Hagan ended up winning 4 races in a row when it was like 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 6, something like that. It was insane what he did. And now Caitlin's getting on a hot streak. So it's going to be a matter of who's going to be streaking at the right time, as we got somebody else who ends up blowing through the backstop chicane.
Right now, Caitlin Height coming into that turn 3-4 complex, getting ready to get the 5 laps to go, 5 phalanges in the air for Caitlin Height and that 16-second lead. And her
5 fingers are down.
single-digit laps, my friend, single-digit laps.
All she has to do right now is just put that car on the blacktop and leave it there. It doesn't matter if she goes a little bit wide here, a little bit wide there, as long as that car keeps pointing straight and she's able to keep making momentum. This win is in the bag for that 3 car. And honestly, it kind of does my heart good seeing a 3 car doing this because, again, with the anniversary of my dad passing away 3 years ago, being a huge Earnhardt fan, and, you know, it does my heart good seeing a 3 car run well when it's not tagged with Austin Dillon driving it. So it feels good to see this.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes being in boots could be the best therapy ever.
Well, that's why I told you a couple of days ago I was coming back, because I knew I'd be ready for it. And as my dad would say, only mourn for so long and then get back to work. Everybody says I'm a strong person about it, but I'll tell you right now, there's a whole hell of a lot of my dad in that one. Four laps to go. Caitlin's lead is still right around 16 seconds as we've got, as it looks like, 7 cars sitting on the lead lap right now. Seriously, this feels like it's, you know, a road course race of the 90s. It just has that vibe about it.
Yeah, taking a look through the field here, we got some action going on here. Dustin Hall up 10 spots. Zachary Meredith in that 17 car. That's one of Angel Santiago's drivers there, and he's making it happen there solidly in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm sure Angel's got an eye on things and rooting for him as we got about 3.5 laps to go. I'm sure Angel will be joining us in the booth one of these times again.
I'm sure he will.
It's just amazing the line that Caitlin is able to get through these corners to be, you know, consistent within the last, give or take, 5-6 laps. She's been within a few tenths of a second each lap. And that's important in a road course event, is if you're able to be consistent over everybody else, you know, you're going to find yourself in a position she's in now with 3 to go, looking at nothing but daylight between her and everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, 3 laps to go. Just 3 circuits around here. And, I mean, almost a 17-second lead over Mark Kissenweather.
Yeah, this is all but done. I mean, this is one of those where if this was a baseball game, this thing's done by the 6th, and you're just eating hot dogs for the sake of eating hot dogs at this point.
I like hot dogs.
Man, you ain't lived until you had a good Fenway Frank on a Friday night at a Yankees-Red Sox game.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm a mustard.
LA can keep their damn Dodger dogs, man. Give me a Fenway Frank any day of the week.
You Boston Red Sox fans.
What about us? We got some good food up here in the Northeast, man. Come on.
I mean, you do. And you got great music. I mean, St. Patty's Day in Boston.
Oh, dear God, those parties are righteous.
Oh.
Speaking of righteous, the popsicle sticks are airborne for the 3 car, 2 laps to go, as all the lap cars seem to be just getting out of the way. The bed has been made. Right now, the only thing that Caitlin is hoping for is no yellow flags, and I don't see one coming.
What yellow flag?
I know, right? She's just got to keep this thing on the blacktop, and she's going to be fine.
Not only did she drive away with the lead, but when Yahir Rodriguez and all those front runners essentially dropped out of the race, she goes, "Oh, I got this. This is easy."
Now, I think what happened with Yair, outside of the cold tires and just trying to push it too hard, he was cycling out right around Caitlin. So I think he pushed it just that little too much trying to get out in front of her, and that's what caused him to end up wrecking the car. Because he knew if he couldn't end up getting around her, that this was going to happen. And speaking of things happening, Barney's got the popsicle sticks down. The white flag is airborne as Caitlin comes out of the final chicane one more time. We got the white flag from here in Charlotte as he had a little bit of a slowdown, it looks like. That's not going to affect things much. As Caitlin ends up still having about a roughly country mile lead.
A country mile lead.
I mean, it went from 15 seconds down to 13 because of that little slowdown, but, you know, que sera, sera. It's better to have an error with this much of a gap.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this has been impressive. The drive from pit road to the lead, and now basically with nothing but daylight in front of her for the final 3/4 of a lap as she comes up NASCAR 1 and 2 for the final time. She's got a little bit of traffic ahead of her, but I don't think it's going to play that much of a factor, as it looks like they're getting ready to hit the bus stop now. Caitlin's going to have, it looks like a couple of cars in front of her, but she can back out of it a little bit and just let them go, which is what I think she's going to end up doing, as we have
Bailey Thompson.
Bailey Thompson decided to
take the shortcut.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell that was. I'll have to talk to him on Twitter after the race. But meanwhile, as we get ready to get back to the live feed, Caitlin Height ends up getting it done at the Roval.
All right, go Caitlin. Mark Kitson-Leather will finish second. Joshua Gaiman finish third. Jeremy Baralt will finish fourth. Joshua Susi will finish fifth. Shad Swatsworth will finish sixth.
Yeah.
Dustin Hall will finish seventh.
Yeah, Zachary Meredith, Patrick Oberstadt, and Austin Mongold will round out the top 10, it looks like. But holy cow. I mean, in a way that tells you how strong the 99 car was of Rodriguez, because he was driving off from Caitlin. But then Caitlin, when Rodriguez had his problem, drove off from everybody else. That's just insane. I wonder how much gas is left in the tank of that 3 car.
Enough to burn it down?
Let's hope so. Meanwhile, it seems like we've got... I think we've got the green room filled up here, Chief.
Yep. And you're with Caitlin Height.
Caitlin, it's Shane up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, big dog.
Well, how about that for a crazy finish? We saw you chasing down the 99 for the majority of this race, and then it seemed like he pushed it too hard coming off a pit road to try to get back by you and ended up wrecking it. How much after that were you saving in order to get to the start finish here tonight?
Yeah, I really had nothing for the 99 there, and I guess he took tires and must have just bend it on he must have bent it on the cold tires there, but I was just running my pace, just making sure all 4 tires were pointed in the right direction, just minding everything just to maintain a gap, and that's really all this race was for me tonight. Just minimize mistakes. I knew I could get up here. I had top 2, top 3 speed, but yeah, here was just in a league of his own tonight, so it really sucks for him. Wish he could have finished it out, but I was right there to capitalize.
Yeah, this is the second race that you guys have had for road courses that I've been a part of. That you have been in the position to capitalize on the leader having a problem. You know, going back to Willow Springs when Rudy ended up running out of gas on the last lap. You can't deny the fact that being in position on these road courses is essential, especially if something like that happens.
Oh, 100%. That's why throughout practice, I just sort of focused on what I had to do just to keep the, like I said, just to keep the car pointed straight, where that, where my braking threshold was and all that, and just throughout the race, just in the first stage there, just trying to avoid all the chaos of having to start from the pit lane and then coming back through, just playing strategy to try and get to the front on restarts. And it was in stage 2. My pit board guy was asleep on the job. I completely missed what pit stall I needed to go into, and just sat on pit road for I don't know how long, just thinking, okay, when am I getting fuel? When am I getting tires? And then finally thought maybe I should back up. So, yeah.
Trust me, that happens to all of us. I know I've had it happen a few times. And as I said during the broadcast, seeing a 3-car up front with that much of a gap, with everything I've had personally going on, my dad was an Earnhardt fan, so seeing a 3 end up in victory lane, warms my heart up pretty good. So seeing this was pretty special. Before we let you get out of here to celebrate this win, who do you got to thank tonight that helps you get it done on that 3 Chevrolet?
Everyone back at GRD, Lady Liberty. It was a great result for the team here, finishing 3rd and 5th as well. So, just sort of plugging away with all the data we could play with throughout the race. And want to thank, of course, you guys up in the booth for putting on the broadcast. All the HTL admins for putting up with our tomfoolery each week in and out. And then I want to thank all the fans watching tonight. Rain and Zeke I know they're watching. Maybe my one friend Noah, I'm not sure, but hell, if you are, hope I put on a great show and enjoyed everything.
Well, you go celebrate this win, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was the voice of Caitlin Height. Next up in the booth is your second place finisher, Mark Kissenweather. Mark, it's Alan and Shane up in the SRM booth. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you guys?
Hey, look, man, yours was going good. Caitlin Height just put the hurting on the whole field tonight. What more could you needed to maybe contend a little more for the win, and what a bounce back run that you had after having to start on pit road?
I don't know what I could have done differently. Maybe pit a lap earlier than her. Other than that, I don't know. I just didn't have the pace to keep up with her the whole race.
Exactly. So, Charlotte, it's more of a technical road course. What's the key in your mind to getting around this racetrack effectively and efficiently?
I think just taking your time. Don't push, really. Just taking the corners as slow as possible helps. Just not sliding. Buzzing your tires on exit helps too. Definitely kills your tires a little bit. I was slipping and sliding at the end of the race there.
Yeah, well, as we get ready to go into the rest of the season, what's your thoughts as we continue into the season? What track are you looking forward to after beyond this one?
I'm looking up at Darlington. I love Darlington. That's one of my favorite tracks. And yeah, for the playoffs, I'm looking forward to Darlington. Just focusing on the playoffs, I think.
All right, man. Before we get you out of here, is there anybody you like to say to help you get it done here on the 12 car?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Coulter's Cards, Go Time Cards, NJB Designs That's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on that P2 win. Go celebrate it with your team.
All right, thank you.
And that was the voice of Mark Kissenweather. Last but certainly not least, Shane, you're going to have Joshua Gaiman.
Hey, Josh, it's Shane up at the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, that was definitely interesting. You came in as the defending race winner from last time you guys were here. You picked up a P3 finish. What was the car doing differently this time around, as the race wore on? Because the track temp cooled off, it seemed, but it seemed also more like the times stayed a lot steadier.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time we raced here, the car felt like it just had way more traction off the corners, and it was just super, super wicked, and really it just felt like I was driving a pogo stick around the track half the time. So it was tough to get used to, and towards the end of the race, it was kind of just a game of survival there, and luckily I was able to bring home P3.
Yeah, definitely a huge game of survival, especially under 20 to go. It seemed like everyone was slipping and sliding more. The rear end of these cars seemed a lot more unstable than last time I saw you guys road coursing over at Willow Springs. Did it feel that way to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I know with Willow we had a pretty planted car. It's just that that track gets covered in sand and it's wicked to drive. But this one here, I think it was just not the right shock package for the track, and just those 6 foot tall turtles you run over all the time that just are in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Yeah, as I told throughout the broadcast, just be glad this wasn't the 2024 version. I think you guys would have had bigger problems.
I personally like that one better because it takes a couple of the little kind of slow, lulling corners out of the infield. But yeah, what are you gonna do? It can be one of the most fun races or the worst race of the season. There's not really much in between for the Roval.
Well, I know a lot of you guys picked up points on Hagen going into next week. Do you have any thoughts leading into next week's race?
Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of keep the momentum building forward. I've had a pretty decent season here so far. Just kind of try to keep that up and keep moving forward.
All right, well, before we let you get out of here, celebrate this P3 finish. Who helps you get it done on the 33 Hot Rod here tonight?
Yeah, shout out Nitro and Lady Liberty, everyone that's been I've been driving with for the last, I guess, about year and some change or so. Just good to find a team with the chemistry we have and the ability to really work together. It obviously shines on the super speedways when we get linked up, but all those guys. Now shout out my partner Dubby and the HTL guys for putting together this series. You guys for putting together the broadcast.
All right, bud. We'll get out of here. Celebrate that P3 finish, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
That was Lady Liberty Motorsports driver Joshua Gaiman. And I tell you what, Shane, what a fun night this has been. But before we get on out of here,
I think we got a little bit of housekeeping left to do, and that's go down through those results.
You're exactly right. Caitlin and I got to park it in Victory Lane. Marcus Weather going to put it home P2. P3 going to round it, and rounding out your podium is going to be Joshua Gaiman. And Jeremy Baralt will bring it home fourth. Fifth will go to Joshua Susi. Chad Swatsworth will go P6. Seventh will go to Dustin Hall. Zachary Meredith with his best finish of the year. He'll go eighth. Ninth will go to Patrick Overstat. Austin Mongold will finish 10th. 11th will go to Matthew Boone. Ross Baxter will finish 12th. Blake Henderson will finish 13th. Stephen Overstat will finish 14th. Bailey Thompson will finish 15th. Joshua Arnold will bring home 16th. 17th will be Alfred Denny. Yahir Rodriguez, with arguably the dominant car of the night, finishes 18th after yeeting the inside wall. A little bit deeper in the field.
You gotta feel for the man. I mean, sat on the pole, clocked off fast lap, was trying to get off a pit road quick to try to keep Caitlin behind him, and just throttled up too quick. And next thing you know, tore the entire left front off the car.
Eli Zizak finishing 19th. Gary Donaldson finishing 20th. Lily Sharp finishing in that 21st position. Kyle Taub finishing 22nd. David Schmiel Jr. finishing 23rd. And the driver is going to take the hit on the points here tonight. John Hagan bringing it home 24th. Richard Odie up 4 spots, will bring it home 25th. While Jonathan Adams will bring it home 26th. 27th to go to Carmen Sienna. A little bit deeper in the field. 28th to go to Dean Clavitt. Hunter Peach will go finish 29th. 30th will be Tucker Saylor. And winning the race to the beer stand tonight will be Tyler Ratliff. And David Wright not taking the green flag tonight. So, Shane, what a night here. This has been with the Team Conti or the HTL Cup Series presented by Team Conti Sim Performance. Any final thoughts for wrap this one up?
You know, we saw the 99 of Yair Rodriguez dominating this race through and through. It looked like he had this one in the bag, but again, a simple mistake on a road course proving costly. The cold tire bug bit him, and we were able to see Caitlin Height, after an impressive drive coming from starting on pit road, work her way up through the field to get up to the lead right at the end and to save the fuel. And as she said, kept all 4 tires pointing forward. That's what brought her the victory here tonight, her 3rd one on the season, and quite possibly made her a true contender for the championship here later on this season.
Well, just as we say that, Shane, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to get us out of here.
As the sun goes down here at the Charlotte Roval, our time is up here for Sim Racing Media. For my man pushing the 1s and 2s, Alan Bergen, I am the dog father himself, Shane Lake, saying, today, tomorrow, and every day as you go down that road of life, please don't play in traffic. And until we meet again next week, take care.